guitar buddies, that was the Stranglers classic 5 minutes. So I'm starting with this great chord. Basically a C with the G in the bass and a sharp sus4. We've got the G, the fifth in the bass, the root, the C, that's 3 and 3 on the E and A strings. Then the sharp 4, F sharp, 4 on the D string, an open G, and a C on 1 on the B string. And I've got some modulation on this, bit of flange and chorus. Alright, and then I'm playing, okay, kind of Lydian with that sharp 4th again. So starting on C on 3 on the A string, open D, E, F sharp, open 2, 4, open G, 2 on the G string, so G to A, and then back down. Yeah. The second time, I'm changing it so I get as far as that E on 2 on the D string, and then just play open strings, D and G, 3 and 3, same strings, F and B flat, and then open strings again. And then we're into the main riff for the verse, okay, and also for the second part of the intro, which is so basically I'm playing a C sus4, 3 on A, 3 on D, open G, 1 on B, to a C, so just changing that 3 for a 2 on the D string, and then just like we played before, open 3, 3, open, open. Okay, and that's your verse riff. And it's also played under the keyboard solo and the guitar solo. Okay, and then in the chorus we're going to so it's just 2 chords of the chorus. We've got G to B flat, and then you go back to the G, but as you go down a couple of passing chords, just go chromatically A flat, so and the last one just stay on that B flat, and then you're back into the verse. Okay, now after the keyboard solo, which also did a little transcription of across the bottom, okay, there's a little bridge section, okay, and that's the chords of D to F, C to E flat, yeah, so D, F, C, E flat, and B flat, D, and here you've got another little chromatic one down, so you got D, C sharp, C. Stay on the D the second time and back into. Okay, and then all that remains is there's well, 2 things really. There's a guitar solo. So you got that. So it's very similar to the intro, but this time I'm playing C, E, F sharp. I'm missing out that open D. So 3, 2, 4 on the A and D strings. Then G, A, B. Open on G, 2 to 4. And then you go play that B twice and pull off again. So 4, 2 open, then on the D string, 4, 2 open. Yeah. and then again. You just play out a couple of times. So I'm playing 3 and 3 on the G and B strings, so that's B flat and D, and then a G on 5 on the D strings. Yeah, and then we're basically, you know, verse chorus sections again, and then you've got at the end this bit repeats. Yeah. That section, that little thing. So you got just the same. Yeah, and then that plays a few times. On the very last one, it's B flat. And I think what you get is just an open A, D, G. So it sort of ends on a D, but sounds like you've got a G in there too. So it's almost just taking the open strings. That kind of works too, you know. But I think there's a D in there on 3. So I'm just playing open A, open D, open G, 3 as that final kind of fade out chord. Alright, we'll take a look next at the bass. I'm using a pick for the bass, and I'm starting on a C. It's on the intro. And then I'm adding, now it could be the piano part, but I think it might be the bass, but I'm just filling it out with an E on top. So I'm playing 8 on the E string, then 8 and 9 on the E and G strings. 2 of those, so boom, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to a single note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And then I'm going up to this little kind of bass run that plays on the intro. So that's where I'm starting. So it's basically the C Mixolydian scale, if you want to get technical. Basically, it's a C major scale with a B flat instead of a B. Starting on a G, B flat C. So I'm playing 15 on the E string, 13, 15 on E and A. And then D, F, E, 12, 15, 14. And then G to F, 12 to 15 on the G and D strings. Then A to G, 14, 12 on the G string. And then B flat to A, 15 to 14. So slowly. Then that's 2 notes, G to F. 12 to 15 on the G and D strings. And then I'm going down to the 8th position, the F, E, C, B, still the same scale. So F, E, C, B flat, G, B flat, F, E. So I'm playing 10, 9. 10, 8 on the G and D strings, 10 on A, back to 8 on D, and then those first 2 notes again. And then it's just 10, 8, 10, 8, and back up. C, B flat, and G, F, G, B flat, C. 10, 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10. And then we've got, so we've got so last bit is sorry. So I'm playing E, C, B flat, G, F, G, little position change, and a little trill C, D, C. So it's, we've got 9, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10, jump to 10, hammer 12, 10 on the jig string. So all of it slowly. I'll start again, sorry. So that's your intro section, and then we've got. So the verse, we just play this C on 3 on the A string, and then G, B flat, G. So 3 on A, 5 on D, 3 on G, back to 5. I could play it here, but I just like it here because it just sounds a bit more trebly, a bit more like on the record. Because you've got the thinner G string there. Gives you a little more kind of push through. Anyway, but you could play here too. It all works. So 8 and 10, basically. All right. So that's your verse. And then in the chorus, it's just a G. And a B flat with a little couple of passing notes to take you back to the G. So it's 3, 6, 5, 4, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3. 6. Back into. Yeah, and then that verse section plays under the keyboard solo, and they've got kind of a bridge section which I'm playing. So I've got. So I'm going from there, D to F, so on the A string 5 to 8, then 3 to 6, then 1, and then we go to 5, so B flat to D, with again, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, little chromatic. D, C sharp, C, 5, 4, 3, 1. So back into that, okay. And so that's that bridge section, and then it's just repeating the sections, verse and chorus, and there's a guitar solo with the verse underneath still, and at the end it's that bridge section. It ends on the bridge section after a chorus. And it just kind of repeats that. So it goes around that a few times and ends on a D. Just hold that to finish. All right, so great tune. Love a bit of the Stranglers. Thanks for watching, buddies. Cheers.